This study uses a qualitative methodology to interpret interview feedback on a small panel of minority students enrolled in a special program of progress monitoring. The study investigates the study participants' range of understanding of each item on the Great Short Scale as a prelude to tracking the participants' progress through their college careers. Findings from the qualitative analysis suggest that high risk students may have little idea that they are displaying the facets of the grid in their behavior because they may attribute their sources of perseverance, long term focus, and determination to external forces, notably family and faith. The study concludes with implications for college admissions practices. The present study aims to advance the research in this area by assessing the feasibility of grit, construed as a motivational construct to serve as the non-cognitive measure of choice. Using this videographic narrative process, the study answers the following questions. How much of a high-risk student's achievement does grit explain? What elements of grit are most prominent in successful high-risk students? To what extent are high-risk students aware of their own grit? What practical step may enable a grit construct to become a standard part of a college admission process?
My name is Ever. My parents are from El Salvador, but I was born and raised in Washington, D.C. I went to high school at Tacoma Academy here in Tacoma Park, Maryland. My options coming out of high school were slim to none. I was told that the best option for me was going to a community college to try to raise my GPA and to work on study skills, get accustomed to classes in college. But luckily here, I came to a university at Washington Adventist University that allowed me to join a bridge program that encouraged me to try harder to accomplish my goals. I think that sometimes I get distracted in projects, but when I have those setbacks or like things that come in the way to finishing, I can overcome them. Sometimes with new ideas, I receive them. I don't like to change often the status quo or change what I'm already working on, but it's something that I have learned to accept more often. I always try to finish what I begin as far as any plans that I have or any tasks in front of me. I try to finish it as soon as possible. Thinking overall, though, I consider myself a person that likes to help others and a person that always will try my best.
My name is Renata, and I came from a public school. When I was applying to schools, I was scared that I wasn't going to get accepted anywhere. And because of my GPA and my test scores, which didn't really, I would say, wouldn't say who I am because I've tried hard and everything, just that in schools I realized that not everyone is there to help you, and I didn't have anyone to tell me, oh, you have to do this. I didn't know how important it was. Through my high school year, I did do better, and that's what I'm guessing got me into school, and they see that I didn't do so bad, and I got accepted into a school, which really helped me. And through the program I was in, they helped me do better. They helped me see that I was capable of doing better, that I didn't just have to settle for less. And so through the program I was helped, and when I started school it wasn't so bad. In high school I think there was one semester I did a 3.0, and in college I've done it for a whole year. I've gotten a 3.0. So it's like really important to see that sometimes it's not just on a test because I did bad, because my test scores for my SATs weren't the best, and the time I was in wasn't the best time for it to determine whether I should be in a school or not, or determine something that is so big in my life that I know if I keep going I'll do better. It's never been a setback for me to do better. I feel like that's why I feel like I've always been a hard worker, no matter knowing that I probably wasn't going to get into a school or university. I wasn't afraid of trying to apply, and I got lucky and got a chance.
My name is Ariana. I come from a public school. My background is Mexican, but I was born and raised in Maryland. Um, Starting off my high school year, I really didn't do a good job since I um, always had problems with being on task, and I will actually sometimes not even do my homework because I will have so many things to do that I couldn't get my homework done. I end up my senior year with a 2.35, and my ACT score was 17. And but due to that, I was so afraid that no school would accept me, no college would accept me. I've been through a lot of obstacles since my family will actually bring me down. They'll be like, "You will never make it to college. You probably might end up being pregnant, or going somewhere else that you won't end up in college." But I overcame that obstacle that I'm actually in college right now. I'm actually doing pretty good. My GPA is really good right now. I'm glad that I can actually do my work, overcome all obstacles. Of all the things I've been through, I always put in my mind that I wanted to do something that my parents could be proud of me, like give my mom everything she wanted. Like she couldn't finish school because she had to take care of her brothers, and I want to be that person that can give her everything she needs and all the things she has done for me, like give it back to her, like buy her a house, buy her anything she really desired to have. I admire my mother since she was raised by herself. Her her parents passed away, so she was by herself, and how she overcame, and how like my uncles also are lawyers, and they overcame every obstacle not having support. So I put that in mind that if they could do it, I could do it as well.
Well, I'm so glad to, at this moment, to be able to join two of you to discuss a little bit further what have happened during these last 2 years and a half. Time have run so quick, don't you think? Um, from the initial time that we met. So, in your case, can you tell me, based on the time that you've been in school, what have happened since you entered? We know that your GPA and test score was not according to what the university used to enter, and the test scores primarily. Um, but I want you to talk to me what have happened during that time. Have you stayed? Have you stayed in your major? Are you planning to drop? What is your ultimate desire on this next 2 years that you need in order to graduate? Talk to me about that.
Okay. Well, I started off as a nursing major, and then through taking science courses, I've realized that it wasn't for me. But since I've been here, I feel like I've been helped to understand myself a little bit more. So I've changed my major to healthcare administration. So my experience has been a good one because I believe I've actually found something that I truly like. So now I'm working towards achieving that goal and finishing that degree. So I hope to strengthen my GPA in these next 2 years. But since I've been at WAU, I've had a great experience academically, socially. It's always been good.
Have you feel like in any of the time where you were struggling in your major, did you have any desire just to drop from school? Or what did not allow you to drop from school? What was that factor?
Well, there was teachers and people around me that kept pushing me, kept asking me what was going on, why was it bad grades, what exactly was happening. So I did have the desire to, just forget it and not continue. But luckily, I had the support behind me. So I ended up changing my major because somebody told me, listen, I think you're a better fit for something else.
And at this moment, now that you feel comfortable with this major, do you see yourself then graduating?
Yes, I actually do. I'm actually doing way better than I was doing, so it's a really good step forward now.
Perfect. Have you ever think
that you wouldn't was not that you were not like to say a university material, or always you knew that you wanted to come to college and graduate?
Well, I always wanted to come to college. It was always like a desire of mine. Things were against me as far as financial issues and academics, but for the financial part, it always finds itself out. And the academics, I guess, the support that I got and the help that I got was very helpful, and it helped me to strengthen that.
This support has been in the academic environment only, or it has been in faith, in the family? What is the other parts that you found that support?
Well, in faith, I believe in God that He's helped me a lot through things I wouldn't be able to do without Him. And then support, I've gotten it from friends, from family, and especially my teachers. So
Wonderful, wonderful. Do they always challenge you, even though it's difficult, or do they always provide you with additional support, or when it's those challenges you cannot encounter them? How is that? You said the support from the teachers.
They always challenge me to do better because they see a potential in me. So that's very helpful. But I also see the support as far as they know that sometimes it's going to take a while for me to get it, so they do help me out.
If you have a person in mind that you can say, one person, because this have helped you to stay focused, or it would be yourself or somebody else?
Somebody else. I think I have a number of people that have helped me through it.
Important. In your case, the same. You came with not the required of the institution to be accepted. You accept the challenge, start in nursing. Tell me, what is your next step? Are you planning to continue nursing, graduated? Have you changed your major? What have maintained you in this path? Talk to me about it.
Well, I'm still doing nursing, and there's times where I actually thought I was gonna like change my major to radiology, but I have a cousin that she does nursing. I have been with her a couple of times, and I realized that's where I really want to be, because I love helping people. I had a situation where my cousin was in the hospital. I love the attention they gave there. They give their support and everything, and I feel like that fits me because I just like taking care of people. Yeah.
What have helped you to stay focused? What people or what system, or do you have that inside of you all the time that you want to achieve having a degree?
Well, one of them is that I want to have a degree, but other thing was like my parents, they have told me that I have to continue study no matter what. Yeah, pretty much.
Anything in the university resources that you think have helped you, or no at all?
Yeah, I have other things haven't like helped me here. I actually found myself more close to God when really I didn't know. Until now, I'm actually close to Him. I go to church every Sunday now. Yeah.
What do you think have drive you to stay in college? Is something within you, or is something that you there is somebody else who have contributed?
I could say my mom. My mom has pushed me to continue doing it, and myself as well.
Absolutely. To what extent were you aware in the previous, not in the previous, but in the first videos that we were talking about your desire, your fire to start, I noticed that it was all about you. I want to do this for my good. I want to do this. But then later, what I'm hearing is that there's other factors around you that have contributed that first initial fire to move forward. But at what time were you aware that you had a fire, that you knew that you need to stay focused and go to college and achieve a degree? At what moment of your life?
I guess that moment where my family members will actually say I will never make it to college, or I would just be a person just doing drugs or something like that. I felt like, it's time for me to do something with my life and go to college.
And so do you feel that that was a moment that you knew that you had the strength to overcome anything
Yeah.
at that moment? And for you?
I feel like it came after my freshman year, because my second semester in freshman year was not the best. So, and I knew I could have done better. So I saw myself, and I told myself that that would never happen. And since then, I've gradually made the difference to get better and to be where I'm at now and to strive for more.
Another question I want to ask you, if you would have to talk to a student who would have the same case as you, with the low test scores primarily, trying to go to college, what would be your advice to them?
I think that a key word is perseverance, because everything's going to look like everything's against you, and especially when it comes to school, because sometimes it might take you another hour of study, but if you persevere and continue to gradually work, and you'll get it, and everything will start to click. And once it starts to click, it's a good feeling.
I'll say self-confidence and believe in themselves and actually have some time to actually study.
So focus into what you need to do.
Mm-hmm.
I noticed that you were hired to work in the Office of Admissions. How you balance that with studies and work? Do that have distract you? Because in that department push you a lot into do a lot of leadership, to take initiative. So can you talk to me what you are doing as leaders on the campus?
Okay. Well, in the Office of Admissions, I'm a manager at the front desk. I wouldn't say it takes up my time, because it does allow me to time manage even better. I can have a better structure. So it helps me for the future, I guess, because that's very important for somebody to be able to use time management. And I think that help that it's given me is because the leadership in my office, it's very, always there, everything okay, checking up on you, so it's really good.
And in you?
In Office of Admissions, I do data processor. It has actually helped me a lot to manage my time, because sometimes I would just go home and sleep and not do anything, but now it's just like I can go to class and then go to work, and after that I could just go home, do homework, and yeah.
Would you recommend a student to, as they are working and focusing in their studies, to also add elements of leadership or not?
I would say try it out, because it's very important. Not in any job, you're going to want to show those leadership skills, so it's very important to start practicing it early. So
Would you say that that will help you to decide, to have the desire of graduating, knowing that you have a leadership skills, or it is irrelevant to your decision?
I would say that it's not so much about leadership skill, but it shows you that you want to work for something better, because sometimes you don't want to stay at the same place, but you can already experience that, so you want to do always better, so that always helps you, it pushes you.
Absolutely. I thank you very much. I wish you the best. My desire is to continue working very close to you and see you developing other elements and then see you graduating. Thank you.
Thank you.
Based on this presentation, this study found that grit may indeed be active in the psychological predisposition of high-risk students, but the students have little idea that grit constitutes an important part of their mental makeup. They attribute grit-like qualities to the support that they receive from family, faith-based, and teachers, especially when teachers have the opportunity due to the small classroom size to pay close attention to them and follow their progress. This finding seems to be implicit in the discovery that higher levels of hope in subjects predict